What's up, everybody? 32 Icon here. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well myself. Please go ahead and like and subscribe and share if you haven't already, in good faith that I'll continue bringing you great content. Oh, and I'm just another YouTube personality, so take what I say with a grain of salt and do your own research, okay? All right, so listen, we are back for part 2 of the Mossberg series, but before we get started, go ahead and check and see if you have already subscribed and the notification bells are on, because YouTube has been really wonky lately. So make sure you are tuned in. Now, if you haven't seen it already, I gave you part 1, but go ahead and click the link up here. Check it out, because I am going forward with part 2. Y'all ready? All right, so Mossberg, thank you so much for sending this out. Oh my gosh, you guys have a special place in my heart. This is the first time I've ever reviewed a shotgun on a channel, so please show me some grace, as you may know a lot more than I do. And if you do, go ahead and share it in the comments. If I mess up or I misspeak or I forget something, put it in the comments so that we can continue to educate one another. I'm sorry I have my hoodie on because today is just... whew, it's a hair day, okay? You guys should understand that. Well, some of you. All right, so we are getting into, by the way, this gun is cleared. This is the Mossberg 590 A1 Tactical Retrograde 12 gauge shotgun. Woo! That was a mouthful. Okay, so if you guys don't know, Mossberg was the first manufacturer or company, gun manufacturer company, to ever send the channel a firearm. Now, I've borrowed firearms from friends. I've traded some in to do reviews for the channel. However, I have not been sent one by a manufacturer or company ever. Ever. And FYI, Mossberg's headquarters is in Connecticut, by the way. But they also have business offices down in Texas for all you Texans out there. And but you guys know that. I just found that out. But yeah, shout out to Mossberg for sending this over. Video hug. Okay. All right, enough of that. Okay, so let's get into it. Again, this is the 590 A1 Tactical Retrograde, or retro for short, 12 gauge pump action shotgun. Now, this was created because I believe Mossberg was celebrating their 100th anniversary a couple of years ago, so they made it on the 590 platform. And what makes it a little different is the obvious. You have the walnut furniture, which is made of wood. Okay, very classy, very well done. And you also have the ghost ring. Okay, you have the heat shield. Okay, and you also have the heavy walled barrel that was made to military specifications, as well as a heavier receiver. And the parts are interchangeable, I believe, with the Mossberg 500 series as well. Now, it is pump action, and retro goes back into the 80s. I believe in the military, they used these back in the 80s. Again, I'm doing all my research. I'm finding out a little bit more about it. But this is what they used, and you can still find used police options online where you will see the wood furniture. Okay, now before I get into the features, I want to show you this little blemish right here. And if you're wondering what happened, then you'll have to check out the first video, because I explained it all in the first video. All right, so let's get into the features of the shotgun. Okay, so you have a high-vis front sight, which is orange, and you have the ghost ring sight in the rear, which is adjustable for windage. Of course, we talked about the heat shield already. You have the ambi safety selector, which we'll talk about a little later on. You have a bayonet lug, and I wish I had a bayonet, but I do not. But it is there as an option. The capacity is 8+1, and we have the 20-inch barrel on this option. I believe they also have the 18.5-inch barrel as an option as well. If you want to put a sling on it, you can. You will have to attach it to the tube and also the stock. It also has an alloy receiver and trigger guard, but the trigger itself is made of metal. The chamber is 3 inches long, and it weighs 7 pounds and is 41 inches in length. Okay, now let's get into my experience with this shotgun. Oh my goodness. I used birdshot, double-aught buck, and slugs. And obviously, you know, with the slug, you're going to have a little more punch. Buckshot is going to be a little less, and birdshot is going to be the least recoil of all the other options. Now, the butt pad really helped with the felt recoil. I felt like the punch wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. The punch was actually soft. The felt recoil on this long shotgun right here was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It actually was very manageable, and the butt pad helped with that because it absorbed a lot of that shock. And what I found out very quickly, because again, I haven't shot a shotgun in like, I don't even know, like 5 years. Shoulder placement. Shoulder placement is key, because if you get it right in your shoulder, right in that joint, it's going to take a lot of that punch, a lot of that kick from the recoil. If you have it off, you know, a little to the left or a little to the right, I think at one point I had it inside of my joint, so closer to my breast. But I guess the upper part of my breast, and girl, it almost rocked my teeth because my half my face was on the stock, and then it was in the upper part of my breast, and I felt that recoil like crazy. So once you get the right placement, you'll be good to go. I didn't have any malfunctions. Now, I shot this out to 25 feet because if I'm using this as a defensive tool, then there's really no need for me to really shoot any further out. However, if you're the type of person that likes to shoot slugs and you're okay with the punch in that, then obviously you can get it out way further than 25 feet. But for me, for self-defense, distance, that seemed to work really well. And of course, like I told you before, I shot some buckshot. That might be best for self-defense. I know that other people on YouTube, especially those who have way more experience than I do, say that, you know, if you live in an apartment or, you know, close quarters, buckshot, that 9 pellet is the primary source for your ammunition. And of course, I use birdshot just to get some more options out on the table. Now, again, overall, I had a great time at the range. I didn't think I would have as much fun just because I'm not used to shooting a shotgun and it is a little intimidating, but I had a blast. And I had so much fun that when I got back from the range, I actually got home and I started YouTubing some tactical drills and other drills that I can use at the range so that when I take this back out there, I am good to go. Now, before I get into the pros and cons, I want to show you this action. And again, I told you that is Claire. So I'm doing the most, right? I'm doing the most. Okay, so I'm showing you that because it was brand new and the action felt good out the box. Now, again, I'm still new to the shotguns, but it felt good. And now that I have more rounds through it, by the way, I have about 85 to 90 more rounds, more shells through it. I have about 85 to 90 downrange and I'm going to shoot more. So I'm going to do a part 3, which is going to be an update of what happened right here. And it's going to be an update of how I feel about the shotgun overall after putting some more rounds through it or shells through it. Actually, let me know, write that in the comments. Is it more rounds or more shells through it? Again, I told you I'm new to shotguns, but listen again. If I'm a criminal, I'm scared. I'm scared. All right, so let's get into the pros. It's intuitive off the rip, because I say that because, okay, I have a bigger build, but I'm able to manage the 20-inch barrel. The ambi safety selector up here is, hold on. Sorry, it's a little stiff, but takes some getting used to as far as like actuating it. But with my thumb, easy on, easy off. Okay, that's intuitive to me. Also, being able to get this right up on my shoulder and the ghost ring sight. So that right there, the, how can I say it? The aperture is big enough to get a quick acquisition, but small enough that if you really wanted to shoot out to distance, you can line that target right up and line your sights right up on that target. So it's big enough for quick acquisition, but also small enough to get more of a precise shot. Also, you have the high vis front sight that makes it easier to get a quick acquisition. So the sights are pretty intuitive, and of course you got the trigger right here, and so it's not a long way to your trigger guard, if that makes sense. It's right here. Although the barrel is 20 inches, it's still maneuverable, and you can use it for home defense. You can use it as a truck gun, you can use it for security. It's durable, it's comfortable, it's reliable. It has the Mossberg name, so you know you're getting quality off the top, all right? And so when you pick this up, you don't have to worry about, you know, is this going to work? You know it's going to work. It's just a matter of, do you know how to work it, okay? All right. Last thing about the pros, I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but it's 8+1 capacity. So for those who don't know, the tube is right here. And I'm talking about for those who don't know. I'm probably the one who don't know, because I know y'all way more experienced than I am. But it is 8+1, which is plenty for home defense. Well, I shouldn't say plenty, right? Because infinity is plenty. But it is a sufficient amount of capacity for home defense or for a truck gun. Okay, now, if I get into the cons. Okay, so you probably are not going to believe me when I say this, because you're going to be like, I don't believe you. Everything has a con. Maybe it's because I'm a little more inexperienced than most of you, but I couldn't think of a con. I could not think of a con. I mean, if I had to pull one out of the sky, maybe price. So I think online right now, if you can find it in this configuration with the ghost rings, the heat shield, the walnut furniture, the bayonet lug, like if you can find this version, I believe it's about $900 in this configuration. However, some of you might think that is too much. You're like, well, they sent that to you for free, so of course you're not going to say it's too much. You're right. You're right. No, but I know I'm being silly, but maybe they knocked a couple of bucks off. Maybe that could be a con. But if that's the case, then you might as well just go with the $590 if you're trying to get it cheaper, right? Because it's still built on the same platform. It's just a couple of things that are different, like the wood furniture the heat shield, right? It's just a couple of things that are different. And you don't necessarily need a heavy walled barrel, right? You can just go with the 590. It's been working all these years. So if you're really concerned about the price, then just drop down to the 590. You don't need the 590A1 Retro, okay? But I guess if I had to choose a con, that would be my only con. But on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being, are you crazy? I'm not spending a dime on that, to 10 being, shut up and take my money, this is a 9.9. It's a 9.9. So you're like, well, Liv, why you ain't give it a 10? Because some of y'all are going to complain that, well, Liv, you ain't give it a 10 because Mossberg sent it to you, blah, 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 blah. So I have to be honest, right? I gotta be honest with you guys. A lot of us are concerned about price because of the environment and the economic culture that we're in. So we do need to be conscious of that. But one of the great things about Mossberg is that if you are trying to save money, you still going to get quality. You still want to get reliability. You still going to get dependability. You still going to get something that's going to work, and that is classic, that is rugged, right? So you can go with various options that they have on their platform when it comes to shotguns. So that's that on that. I don't know what else to say. But you have my rating. I am so happy that Mossberg decided to reach out to the channel, send this over to me for a review. Again, I'm a little nervous. This is my first review, so I may have skipped some things. I may have messed up. I don't know. I'm just excited, and I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. But thank you, Mossberg, for sending this over. Thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel. And just comment below. Let me know what's what. Let me know if you own one. Let me know if you have a boo-boo like I have right here. Check out part 1 for details. And I don't even know what to do. I'm just so excited. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you're doing well. Y'all get out of here. Bye.